guys, thank you, Kevin and all, thank you for coming. So tonight is very special. Malam ni sangat-sangat istimewa sebab kita sebenarnya cuma mungkin beberapa hari lagi dari pembubaran parlimen. Ladies and gentlemen, we are probably days away from the dissolution of parliament. But we've got some members of parliament here tonight, so I'm sure they can tell you what has been going on in parliament. Saya percaya mereka boleh cerita sikit apa yang telah berlaku di parlimen. We have this afternoon, for the first time, I've been following Wabi Nur Izzah to parliament since about 2010, but it's the first time that I have ever seen the Speaker of the House ignore another member of parliament. I've never seen that. Yeah, and I've never seen a minister, someone by the name of Noh Omar, declare that Gelang Patah was a hantu. I've never seen a minister call another MP a hantu. It was Noh Omar, right? Cintong. Yeah. So we are in very strange territory, ladies and gentlemen. Kita sekarang sebenarnya dalam satu keadaan yang sangat berbeza, sangat menakjubkan, sebab kita baru saksikan semalam persempadanan semula, usul persempadanan semula diluluskan dalam masa kurang daripada 2 jam, less than 2 hours it took to pass the redelineation motion, which has severely impacted the future of our democracy. I'll give you an example. In Selangor, the MP for Serdang, YB Ong Kian Meng, a very good friend, and I've known him since before he was a member of parliament. He had a very good argument. He said, look, the point of doing redelineation, kenapa kita buat sempadan baru, adalah untuk mengurangkan perbezaan di antara kawasan-kawasan parlimen. We want to reduce the kind of discrepancies between parliamentary constituencies. But after yesterday's redelineation, which was gazetted this evening, pada petang ini jam lebih kurang 5 petang, kita dapat berita telah diwartakan, bermaksud ia telah diguna pakai, ia akan diguna pakai. But in Selangor, you see the smallest constituency, which is Sabak Bernam, which is about 40,000 voters. Sabak Bernam dalam 40 lebih ribu pengundi, berbanding dengan what used to be called PJ Utara, which is now called Damansara. Damansara will have about more than 150,000 voters. Selangor alone, the difference between the smallest and the largest is about 5 times. Almost 5 times. So it means that the value of one voter in Damansara is approximately 1/4 or 1/5 of the value of a vote in Sabak Bernam. And this fundamentally, morally, is wrong. That's why yesterday, I remember this very strongly, and I will remember it for a very long time, when the MP for Batu, YB Tian Chua, who almost nearly cannot contest, because of what do you call this, dikenakan denda, he said, he spoke to the MPs from BN. He said, you must use your conscience. You must answer to your voters about what is happening today, what is happening with the redelineation. Of course, what do you expect the BN MPs to say? What do you expect the BN MPs to do? They just didn't do anything lah. In fact, some of the arguments that we heard yesterday from Sungai Besar, from some of the other MPs from UMNO, from BN, is ridiculous. It's absolutely shocking. It is actually a dereliction of duty for those MPs who voted for the redelineation motion yesterday. Ia adalah satu pengabaian tanggungjawab ahli-ahli parlimen ini terhadap pengundi mereka untuk mengundi, menyokong usul persempadanan semula semalam. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, we live in very, very strange times. Kalau kita tengok dekat Lembah Pantai, saya telah bantu Lembah Pantai sejak tahun 1999. And then we have our candidate, the candidate who stood under Parti Keadilan Nasional in 1999, Saudara Zaidul Zakaria. Please give a warm welcome. Tuan, in 1999, when I was 18 years old, I helped your campaign. Also Dr. Joe Marks, thank you Dr. Joe. But I hope that maybe I'll have a word with you later. But I wanted to say now, in a way, I never imagined that 19, 20 years later, I would be on this stage. Because when I helped out, when I was 18 years old, you know, baru habis SPR, apa budak lepasan SPR tahu pasal demokrasi kan? But it was when you stood against what we knew to be, it was a mammoth task to fight against Datuk Seri Shahrizad. It was the audacity of hope. And I think it was that which terlekat dekat damir saya. It stuck to my conscience, you know. And I want to thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the reality is that they have butchered Lembah Pantai. Today, mereka telah potong, telah masukkan Lembah Pantai sekarang sangat berbeza dari Lembah Pantai pada tahun 1999. In fact, in the year 2003, sewaktu Parlimen membahaskan usul persepadanan semula pada tahun 2003, Ahli Parlimen Kota Baru daripada PAS mengingatkan Dewan bahawa debat ataupun perbahasan mengambil masa 2 hari. In 2003, it took them 2 days to debate it. 15 years later, in 2018, it took them 2 hours. In Lembah Pantai today, what we have gotten is Bukit Aman. They have removed completely brickfields. I was talking to some friends, Sheena, Maniam, where are you? Yeah, I was telling our friends we've been doing a lot of work in brickfields. So now completely it's taken out. And then they've also removed half of Taman Sri Sentosa. What that means, ladies and gentlemen, on paper, the net result of this persepadanan semula, this redelineation for Lembah Pantai, is an addition of 800 votes. 800 voters in Lembah Pantai. That's when you look at it in terms of the net result. But actually, they have now added, in total, we have about 10,000 police votes. From Bukit Aman, Bukit Traverse, 10,000 at least. Probably one of the highest in Malaysia. And now the demographics of Lembah Pantai is about 62% Malay, 62% Melayu, 19% Chinese, 19% Cina, 16% Indian, 16% India. Compared to before, it used to be 56% Malay. So the percentage of Malay voters in Lembah Pantai increased by about 6%. And the voters who are Chinese and Indian reduced by about 3%. You might not think that this is very big, but actually it impacts the way that democracy is practiced. I'll tell you why. See, what UMNO did, apa yang UMNO buat, dia masukkan satu cadangan, dia masukkan satu bantahan. UMNO put in an objection to the shore of the PKR, of SPR, to say Tun Sambantan, which is Jalan Tambi Abdullah, Jalan Angsing, they needed to fit it back with the rest of brickfields. So that argument was to have one continuity for that community, one continuous community. Even though we have been servicing that YB Nur Izzah has been servicing them since 2008, even before, since 2003. Yeah, that's been part of Lembah Pantai. So we become one community. Instead, what they've done is they've added in Bukit Aman, which is completely separated from Lembah Pantai. The only way you can get to Bukit Aman is by exiting Lembah Pantai, going into Segambut, going up Jalan Semantan, Jalan Duta, and then you have to go past Parliament to get to Bukit Aman. Jalan Semantan, Jalan Duta, Jalan Parliament, these are all in Segambut, YB Lim Lim Eng's area. Yeah?
It's just their sense of direction.
So how is it that Bukit Aman, Tasik Perdana is connected at all? How is it a part of Lembah Pantai? It's not. It's not. But be that as it may, smile we must, because we must have that audacity of hope. Kita mesti mempunyai harapan yang menggunung untuk membawa perubahan ini. So much so that YB Nur Izzah and myself last Sunday, hari Ahad lepas, hari polis, hari polis ke-211, the 211th police day, we went, YB Nur Izzah baked some cakes and we sent them to Bukit Aman. YB Nur Izzah, she said, oh, saya buat kek ni sendiri, saya guna organic flour, saya guna brown sugar, saya guna ni, saya guna tu. It was a date cake, kek kurma yang dia buat. And it's something that we do every year. That she does. She personally baked. She had to skip a program in the morning so that she can siapkan the cake for us to send. So we send. Tapi of course dia tak boleh terima lah, dia tak nak terima lah. Dia kata tinggalkan kat situ je. Only Bukit Aman. But in several other police stations, they were very happy. They were very welcoming. It's not buying votes, it's just connecting. She's the member of parliament. And I'll tell you something else. A couple of weeks ago, the Deputy Prime Minister of Malaysia, Datuk Seri Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, decided to come to Perumahan Polis Desa Aman 1 in Pantai Dalam, which is literally opposite YB Nur Izzah Service Centre. It's the first time that a Home Minister has ever stepped foot in the police quarters in Pantai Dalam, since it was completed in 1995. Kali pertama seorang Menteri Dalam Negeri masuk ke Perumahan Polis Desa Aman 1 sejak ia disiapkan pada tahun 1995. And you know, during that event, he said 75.8% of voters in Lembah Pantai feel that Nurul Izzah has not fulfilled her promises. And my response to that, which I think stung them, I said, jawapan saya kepada Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi adalah, sejak tahun 2008, sepatutnya setiap tahun ahli-ahli parlimen seperti YB Nur Izzah, ahli-ahli parlimen pembangkang sepatutnya menerima peruntukan pembangunan tahunan sekurang-kurangnya anggarannya dalam 5 juta setahun. Every year, every member of parliament, especially in the opposition, they were supposed to receive 5 million ringgit. Guess how much members of parliament received from the government? We have YB Liu Chin Tong here. Maybe he can also enlighten us later in Kluang. How many million did you get? Hello, zero, nothing. So that means if we put it all together, from 2008 to 2018, YB Nurul Izzah should have received 50 million ringgit to help people in Lembah Pantai. Instead, we don't know where this money went. Maybe we need to get our own Sherlock Holmes to go and look for the 50 million. Where did it go? Who received it? Who has been giving out money on behalf of the rightful member of parliament in Lembah Pantai? We don't know who. And so, how can she serve if she can't help people because the resources have been cut back? It's been denied. So instead what she's done, apa yang YB Nuriza buat, dan kami kawan-kawan yang bantu beliau, we have to do fundraising dinners. YB Nuriza, every single cent of her allowance, ya, dipulangkan, dimasukkan semula kepada program-program bantuan sumbangan dekat Lembah Pantai. We don't have, but I'll tell you what, we may not have money, but we have a lot of friends. Kita tak ada duit, tapi kita ramai kawan-kawan yang akan bantu, yang akan sokong kita membawa perubahan ini. Boleh tak tidak? Can we do it? So ladies and gentlemen, I feel very honored, as I said just now. I want to thank you, all of you, every single one of you, for making time to be with us this evening. Sekali lagi saya ucapkan terima kasih kepada setiap seorang daripada anda yang dapat meluangkan masa pada malam ini. There's one more thing that I want to share with you. We need, as I said just now, we need your help. Because we have seen what they've done with this gerrymandering. We've seen how they've run our august house. Kita dah tengok macam mana mereka yang menjalankan mesyuarat di Dewan Rakyat. And we've seen how SPR will not take action even though the whole of Kuala Lumpur has been flooded with BN flags. What do they say? Election Commission kata apa? SPR kata apa? Kami tak berkuasa sebelum waktu pilihan raya. So that means technically if we want to, we could do something. But you know what? What we've discovered over the years, YB Nuriza, setiap kali dia cuba untuk buatkan program, kalau program itu melibatkan pihak di PKR, kebiasaannya akan berlaku sesuatu yang mengakibatkan kami terpaksa mencari tempat lain. Every time we try to do an activity, a program, and there have been times, setiap kali kami lakukan aktiviti di tempat yang di bawah kawalan Dewan Bandaraya, seringkali kami terpaksa mencari satu backup plan, tempat kedua sekiranya tempat tu dihalang di saat akhir. So we've had to resort to a lot of ways, but we've been successful so far. But our friends who have helped us have been victims of revenge politics and reprisals. Saya kenal beberapa orang kawan yang telah kita kata dari segi politik telah bertaubat. They have seen the errors in their ways and have joined the opposition. Orang yang dulu dalam UMNO sekarang dah bersama dengan Bersatu. Tapi sebab mereka berani ke depan membantu orang seperti YB Nuriza, mereka telah menjadi mangsa penguasa. So much so that some of them, they're 2 years away from retirement. Tiba-tiba this man that I know, who we used to fight, but now is with us, tiba-tiba recently, last couple of weeks ago, dia dapat arahan ditukar. He was transferred to another post. He was cold storage. So those who dare to come forward to help us face these kind of tactics, is it fair? Definitely not. But this is the reality that we face every single day. And in Lembah Pantai, until and unless we change Putrajaya itself, we will still see this kind of very bad politics practiced. Jadi, tuan-tuan dan puan, tadi saya sebutkan apa yang keadaan sekarang But we need your help. Kami perlukan bantuan tuan-tuan dan puan. Because kata Tuan Dr. Mahathir dan kata Tuan Haji Mat Sapu, Pakatan Harapan akan menang PRU 14. Kecuali kita ditipu. We will win GE14 except if we are cheated. What are the ways that they are cheating? I met someone, saya jumpa tadi ada seorang saudara dari yang mengundi dekat Sekijan. Recently I found voters di Lembah Pantai, pengundi-pengundi di Lembah Pantai yang telah dipindahkan dari Lembah Pantai ke Sekincan tanpa pengetahuan mereka, without their knowledge. How do I know this? We were doing a program in Brickfields, and then I saw this auntie and I was joking with her. Auntie, saya dengar sekarang orang banyak kena tukar. Auntie kena cek auntie punya tempat mengundi. Hah? Ya ke adik? Ya. Auntie kena cek. Okey lah. Saya undi Lembah Pantai. She gave me her IC. Saya cek dengan dalam laman web SPR. And in SPR's own website, it said this auntie, Madam Sukulachmi, has been moved from Lembah Pantai to Sekincan. I said, auntie, tengok, auntie tak kena pindah. Hah? Ayuh, apa pasal? Auntie, mana saya tahu? Auntie sign. Saya tak ada sign. Hah? Oh, misteri Nusantara. It's like that have you seen this viral video clip of some guys driving in Teluk Bahar or somewhere, and then they have like baju kebaya, the kebaya Pontianak, it's a mystery. But what we discovered was, we tracked these people who were moved from Lembah Pantai to Sekincan, and we discovered that there is a scheme. Ada orang tunggu luar UTC Pudu, which is nearby. UTC Pudu, apa dia buat? Dia tanya orang-orang yang nakkan bantuan, minta dia isi borang, berjanji dengan orang itu, pada hari mengundi, you datang balik sini, kita akan bawa you pergi mengundi, kita akan bagi you RM100. I'm not kidding. I've lodged a police report. Okay? If this is not rasuah, what is it? And what we discovered was that there were 4 people that we spoke to specifically, and we checked their MY cards and their ICs. 2 out of the 4, their addresses on their MY card and in their chips is still in Lembah Pantai. So I've given the details to Bersih, and I think this is very serious, because for you to change where you vote, you must inform the NRD. How is it that these people were changed, one, without their knowledge, secondly, they never changed their address? Something stinks. There's something very, very wrong with this picture. So that's why, ladies and gentlemen, what we need your help, the ways that you can help, selain daripada datang pada malam ini, kita perlukan bantuan tuan-tuan, puan-puan, untuk satu, keluar mengundi. You must come out and vote. Can you do that? The second one is, please make sure if you come out and vote, come out and vote early, keluar mengundi awal. Sebab kalau kita berdolak dalih, kita tunggu sampai pukul 3, pukul 4, ada kemungkinan, jangan terkejut kalau tiba-tiba nama tuan-tuan puan-puan telah dibuang ataupun ada orang lain yang telah mengundi. This is a distinct possibility, because in Dewan Negara a few days ago, it was said that foreigners, parti pendatang asing tanpa izin, are misusing their MY cards to get services in government hospitals. Pendatang asing tanpa izin menggunakan MY card untuk mendapatkan perkhidmatan di hospital-hospital kerajaan. So what is to stop them from misusing their ICs to vote in the elections? Nurul Izzah, Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin, Ong Kian Meng, Daryl Liking, and YB Khalid Samad, they have released a statement on this very matter, and it has received no response. No response from NRD, no response from JPJ, no response from the Election Commission. It's very serious, because we had a briefing session with SPR and they told us we have no way to authenticate. Kita tak ada alat-alat untuk mengesahkan MY card ini. So imagine, they could be misused. So please come out and vote early. The third one is, please lend your hand to become a polling agent, counting agent. Jadilah seorang pacar, berkhidmat untuk negara, berkhidmat untuk selamatkan demokrasi kita. Spend one day, it's one day every 5 years. Spend a little bit of time to become a polling agent and counting agent. Datuk Yong Adlan came for our polling agent, counting agent training. And I hope later you can also remind everybody when you say a few words, please come out to become polling agent, counting agent. If you love this country, if you love our democracy, serve the country by being a polling agent, counting agent on election day. Boleh atau tidak? Okey. Akhir sekali saya nak ucapkan sekali lagi terima kasih kepada semua. Jadi saya takkan lebih dari itu. I'll be going around to say hello. Jadi saya minta maaf ya kalau ada tersilap bahasa ataupun tersalah cakap. But I hope that all of you can support not just hopefully insyaAllah myself, tapi juga semua kawan-kawan kita dalam Pakatan Harapan. Sebab kali ini tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, this is truly the mother of all. If we don't change now, I'm not sure what's going to happen. But let us possess that audacity of hope, and I believe that we can believe in a better Malaysia, and we will work very hard to make sure that we see this change in our lifetime. Cannot! Terima kasih. Sekian, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nandri, manakam.